Hello and welcome. My name is Maria Rivera Heath and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I would like to talk today about what is Gestalt therapy. That's one of the questions that I also get a lot when people call to set up an appointment or just to see if they want to work with me. And basically, I'll be very short, Gestalt is a German word which means form. And how it's a therapeutic process, the focus of Gestalt therapy is focusing in the here and now. What is happening at this moment, at this time in the therapeutic process? I take myself and the client into account, their body posture, what my body posture is. I find out, I ask myself, what's going on? What's going on in the room? And it's an experiential form type of therapy, experiential in a way that it's creative. The practitioner, the therapist is creative, and the reason why I say practitioner is because Gestalt is not only used by therapists; it's used by pastors and that the clergy would use that too, because some, depending where you live in the world, you don't have access to a therapist. The pastor or the priest is your therapist, and some of them, if they're well versed, they'll know about Gestalt therapy and use it in some form. So once again, experiential. And what does experiential mean? It means that we use experiments, meaning, I remember when I was in school and we had to do therapy on each other. For 2 years we did therapy, and that was the training in order to become a certified Gestalt therapist. And one of the ways we would and therapy would be like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. If we had 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes to work on each other, that was a luxury. And you may be asking yourself, what kind of therapy can be done in 3 minutes? Trust me, a lot can come up in 3 minutes. Trust me when I tell you that, especially during Gestalt therapy when your focus is in the here and now and people get zoned in. So what is an experiment? One of the biggest experiment that we use in Gestalt is the chair. And it's some people call it the hot seat, and we were all terrified, myself included, we were terrified of the chair during Gestalt therapy. And the chair is where one person sits in this chair and then there's an empty chair in front of you, and in that empty chair you put whatever the problem is going on, whether you're having a problem with your mom, your dad, or your spouse at that time, whoever you're having, or your issue. It could be work, or it could be whatever, an addiction, it could be anything. Whatever your problem is, you put that problem in the chair and you talk to that chair as if that is the problem. Then once you tell that problem what's going on with you, you get up, you go to the other chair and you talk to yourself as the problem. That's one way to work the hot seat and one way to work the chair. And then in that process of getting up and going over to the other chair, it's called an impasse, and it's something just clicks. And there's another term that we use in Gestalt therapy, which is it's in the field, it's in the field of the atmosphere. Another thing is that in Gestalt therapy, the atmosphere plays a huge part because we respond to the environment. So that's basically what's going on with Gestalt therapy. That's how Gestalt therapy is used. And excuse me, and in the here and now, what are you aware of? For example, when I was going to school, we had to do journals, and one of the ways that we began the page was I am aware of, and then you just write whatever you're aware of, whatever you're thinking about, whatever is in front of you, whatever you're seeing, you're hearing. I used to use my 5 senses because I loved writing, and I would use, I am aware that I hear whatever I heard, birds, or I see whatever I saw wherever I was, whatever smell I was smelling, whatever I felt like saying, whatever was around me. That's how I did my journaling, and a lot of shit came out. So just giving you an idea as to how you can use Gestalt therapy when you do your journaling. One way is I am aware of, and you continue on. another experiment, just to give you, besides the chair, the way to journal, and another good way for self-esteem is like, if you suffer from self-esteem, or whoever suffers from self-esteem, and you take a $20 bill or and you rip it, no matter how many times you rip that $20 bill or that dollar bill, it's always worth $20. So no matter what's going on in your life, and no matter how life treats you, you are who you are in your core being. Okay? So if you have any questions in regards to Gestalt therapy, you want to shoot me an email or a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. And take care of yourself. Thank you.